the webinar now. The idea of this webinar again is to create an awareness among all of us that all of us have a business inside us. Before few generations, all of our grand parents or ancestors were business or were giving their services to the society. Only for the past 50 or maybe 100 years, we have become addicted to the job environment. I'm not telling that job is good, bad. So all of us have that entrepreneurship or business DNA within us. It might be agriculture or it might be selling of services. We all were businessmen before few generations. So let's dive into a few topics regarding the business. And by the end of this session, I'll make sure that each one of you have a business or at least a social media page regarding your passion or your interest. So that is my idea behind this webinar. And I'll be talking about three topics that everything is not built in a day. So I'll take few examples shortly and I'll tell you how business were built. And I'll talk about the journey, which is the most important aspect of being an entrepreneur or being a founder or CEO of a company. And it's all about you at the end of the day, how you should prepare yourself, how should you should bring your talent out of you. Right. So these are the three small topics which I'll be talking about in this seminar. As of today, all of us know that the whole world has come to a standstill. And if the business environment was challenging, would have been a different ball game because we can have we can see some motivational videos and come out of that situation. But today, the situation is because of this COVID-19 lockdown, businesses are not able to operate themselves. The things have come to a complete standstill. So this situation gives us new challenges, and things are moving in a completely new direction as how business were perceived in before COVID world and after COVID world. So in this few topics, I'll talk about how you can prepare also yourself or bring your ideas post COVID-19 world. And and most of you might smile or might be biting your teeth because this is the situation of all of our savings or whatever money we had is going down the drain. All of us don't have that much money that we can start a business. But my idea is business does not require huge amount of investments because that is the world changing behavior we can see after this COVID-19. We just need a mobile or laptop to start our business. So huge investments, of course, we need when we need an office or we want to employ people. But to start a small business or to start side hustle, we don't need that much money, which you can start today also. So, and at the end of the day, we all need success, and we want this the keys to success. It might be your job at your present job, whatever you're doing, or whatever your dream career is. It might give you success, but deep within, we all have that regret that we could have tried something different, and we could have tried this career or that step. So my idea is to take you to that step and revisit your own interest and start your own business or own side hustle. And those who are present for yesterday's webinar, I'll be including few images from yesterday's webinar, so don't mind that. So never mind. And those who are new, no issues. So this is how success looks for all of us. We want a very luxury lifestyle. We want to buy the most modern vehicles. We want to wear most sophisticated clothes, sorry, luxury clothes. And life has to be luxury. That's what success means to all of us. But this, whatever you see on this image, is a result of, for this man, it was 30 years of grind and hustle and facing the failures. And after that, 30 or 33 years, he or she is able to enjoy that lifestyle. So we should be willing to put in that hard work first and then enjoy that lifestyle. Of course, you will get this lifestyle, but this lifestyle would be a result of the efforts which you put in for more than 10 years, at least minimum 10 years, and maximum 25 or 30 years. So this should be the end goal, not than immediate goal, not a near-term goal, luxury lifestyle. And I'll talk about few brands now, where two or three short brands where they are the business models which started from scratch. So all of us have heard about Starbucks, or at least we have heard about Coffee Day. And I don't think they serve the best coffees. Our home prepared coffee is better, a lot better than what they prefer. But they sell experience. Starbucks or Coffee Day tell that they are giving a third place for the customer to enjoy the day. The place means the home, the office, or school or college, and Starbucks is a third place for them to meet their friends. So that is what business is all about. Whatever service is already being given, we should improve that experience and satisfy the customer or meet the demands of the customer. So Starbucks is a very good example. And now what happened was, because of COVID-19, Starbucks is not able to operate their business from physical stores. So they are depending upon online mode of delivery like Zomato or Uber in their countries. So this is one change which even big companies or big multinationals face today. So, but their start was from scratch, where they wanted to reinvent how people consume coffee and where people consume coffee. Similar to our tea shops across the street, but they are a much higher uh, experience-based thing, uh, business. And all of us have heard about a company called SpaceX. Recently, they were in news for good reasons, of course. They helped NASA send astronauts to space, but it did not happen in a day. This what you see on your screen is a reusable rocket, where the rocket which you send above in the space comes back to the Earth, and they can reuse this emptied rocket shell for the next mission. We can refuel it and use it for the next mission. So the idea behind starting SpaceX is making space travel cheaper. So one thing was they invented this reusable rocket, and it did not happen in a single day. It took around 11 years without giving up. They tried, and tried again. And the ship you see below that rocket is their own invention. It's a drone ship. It's an unmanned ship which is they drive in deep sea. The reason I'm telling you this is, even if your product is a single product, you might have to invent the entire supply chain or the entire uh, process of how you run the business. That is the challenge today in this field. So not only going with the reusable rocket, they had to invent this spaceship, this unmanned ship also. So that's the thing. So you have to reinvent whatever is the existing business model, whatever you see across your street or across whatever you feel. And of course, you have to reinvent the entire process of how the business runs. And this will only keep you in the business market, right? And all of us have eat bread, or at least some form of bread we'll all have, not the Indian bread, the French or European bread, which we all have. It took around close to 15 or 25 years before 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 we even they even accepted bread as a product. No one wanted to have bread back then. So it took around a few decades for them to accept bread as a product. And now you can see that each America's staple food or the breakfast is with bread only. So it will take time to for your product to reach. But once the customer or the client sees the value in your product, so there is no looking back then. So these are few examples where everything started from scratch, and they had to be patient for the results to show. So that's all about how this entrepreneurship journey will be. If you want quick results, you are good at your job or your dream career. If you are patient enough, business will reward you. Your business or your idea will reward you. So business is all about finding the right door and opening that door, finding the right interest, and your interest particularly. Whatever you feel good, you open that particular expression and go out to the marketplace. And this is one big lesson which I learned before starting business or when I was employed in companies. People actually don't know what they want until you show it to them. And this is Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple Inc., Apple company. So people actually don't know what they want until they actually see the product. Until you show it to them that this is what you want, just push it down their throat and tell them that this is what you want. Till then, they won't come out of their comfort zone. They will be very happy with whatever they are using. For example, you can take Amazon or Flipkart. We were all happy with our mode of purchase, how we purchase product. But it took few years for Amazon or Flipkart or any online industry to get into that platform. And now we can see whatever product we want to purchase, we directly go to Amazon or Flipkart, check the price, and purchase that. Right, and that is the thing. So that is business all about. So the customer actually does not know that what your interest is and how you can solve their problems unless you solve their problems with a product there. So don't fear that no one will like your product or love your product, because as again, they don't know what you're going to offer them. So be confident in whatever idea you have now. Right. And of course, when the customer sees the value in the product, price is never an option or never a selling point for any product. When the value exceeds the price, you can charge whatever price you want. And but again, the product or services or your online teaching platform, whatever it is, it should give value to the customer for those who enjoy the product, and they can exchange a price for that. I'm not telling. Uh, okay, I'll talk about pricing strategy later. So whenever value exceeds price, the business will thrive in any environment, before COVID or after COVID. The value is more important, because today we are happily shopping. We are happily shopping for groceries, and even today we are all shopping few needy items because they give value to us, value for our lives. That's why we are able to, we're okay with spending money for food. That is the value which I'm talking about. And so this is a small background, the first topic of how business, you have to see the business. Everything starts from scratch, and you have to convince the customer with your product and the value which you give. And coming to you, the journey which you are going to start today is all about hustling non-stop. And if you're doing a 9 to 5 job, or maybe working in a college, that's fine. Even if you do overtime, that's fine. But business is a 25-hour or 30-hour job. You it's a relentless work experience. But the only thing which will take you across this ocean is your interest, because it comes from your heart, from your passion. Where when you don't feel that as a hustle, but when you don't like the product, you just go by what others say. You will feel the burnt. You will feel the fear of depression or fear of losing out. And that's where statistics, as we all know, 90% of the startups or companies close their businesses by the end of 5 years, because that's when everything starts falling apart. And if you are not passionate about your product or your services, you are not going to survive more than 3 years, in my opinion. And if anyone here manages a YouTube channel or Facebook or TikTok, whatever, any social media channel, the average there, or if you are inspiring to uh, start your online business or online platform, the average there is 12 posts, 12 videos, 12 posts in the social media. After 12 posts, we feel burnt out, and people give up their journey there. So it's about hustling non-stop for the next 10 years, at least a minimum 10 years, when you can see the results there. So the average for a company is 3 years minimum, after which things get fall apart. And for if you are thinking about starting your own page, any social media page, the average there is 12 posts. So after 12 post only the real test begins, because till then you will be having all your creativity oozing out. After that, when the creativity stops, that's where your commitment needs to pull you apart. So if you have any doubts, please write it down in the paper. I can solve that at the end of this seminar. And again, I'm not a. This is a small disclaimer about me. I'm not a very big entrepreneur, or I'm not a very big unicorn CEO. I have a very small startup called Tesla Minds, where I train engineering students in RF circuit design, antennas, amplifiers. So we run workshops, seminars, internships, and all those things. So I changed 4 jobs before starting my own journey, and it took me around 7+ years to talk to you like this, right? And I was a very below average student in my school and college. I'm not advocating that all of us should not study, but I'm telling about myself, right? So I was a very average student, and those friends who are listening to me right now, those who are there at that point know how below average we were, right? So if you have someone or your kids who are average, just find out what they're interested in, and they can really shine in that area, right? So in the past 7.5 years, I have met around 8,500 students, and uh, I have a very good passion to teach. I like teaching, and entrepreneurship journey was an accident. I had no other option, because as an average student, I always felt that we were neglected by our teachers, and the education system is flawed with focus on only those high achievers. I wanted to prove, or I wanted to express myself, that an average student, a backbench student, can also, though because of my height, I used to sit in the first bench. I will call myself as a backbench student. So as a backbench student, uh, can also achieve something and express themselves to this outer world. So I was passionate to teach and inspire students to take up whatever they're interested in. So that's my brief intro, and I have a very good, strong family without whom I would not have survived these 7 years, who have allowed me to take all the risks, because one of these 4 jobs was uh, being an assistant professor in a college. So so it was a very comfortable journey, but I took that risk. We can call it as a career suicide, where I took that risk and came out of the college to start our own journey. So my family has been supporting me from that point. And for your case, it might be a family or your friends, whoever it is, have a strong base. And my beliefs are grounded in spirituality. So uh, sorry for those who are atheists. So, right. So this is my about myself. A small intro that when I can achieve after facing all these failures, you can also do wonders in this society. And I have done a lot of mistakes, so many mistakes that I'm writing my own book out of those mistakes. I'll tell about that in the end. So you can own your mistakes, learn from those mistakes, whatever you have done till now. It may be family, relationships, finance, teaching, whatever mistakes you have done, you can help others and tell them that they should not repeat those mistakes. So this is where my business idea started. Out of my experiences, the business idea started that I have to help students, help those average students who want to achieve something, and that's when Tesla Minds was born. There would be similar story for you too, where you have faced some difficulty as a person, as a child, or when you grew up in a society. That will can become your own business idea now. So just think for a few moments what you can solve, or how you can help others in this journey. Again, if you have doubts, I will open the questions we have at the end of this journey. Sorry, webinar. It's not about having an entrepreneurship DNA. You're, no one is born entrepreneur unless you have a family business. In that case, you are a born entrepreneur. So if you are into agriculture, of course you are a born entrepreneur. But if you want to start something new like a cookery class or yoga trainer, you want to become a fitness coach, or you want to start your own online training, it does not depend upon, it does not require that you should have a business DNA. It's as I told you, it starts from your experiences of how you can help the world by avoiding the mistakes which you have done. So you just learn on the go, and if you feel that you have enough experience, I strongly believe that this universe will talk to you, or some force will talk to you that you should go out and help others in that way. And when you do that, when you think the idea, the main pressure would come is the opinions of others. It might be your family, it might be your friends, who will be there to tell you that it is not a good idea to take the risk. And I guess all of you will be nodding your heads now. Your family, your friends will definitely tell you that this is not a good idea to start the business or take that risk now. But deep within you, you know that this is the right time that I should take that risk. If you are passionate enough about solving any problem, you will by default something will tell inside you that you should start the journey. And coping with family pressure is not that easy, because after even 7 years, and even after 3 years of starting my own company, still I face challenges with convincing my parents, my mom and my dad, and even my sister. So they want me to go back to a job where I can have a comfortable life and just have monthly salary. But that's what. So you have to face this and be persistent in your journey. Be focused on whatever you want to achieve out of this life. So family pressure would be there. I want to stress, because this is the biggest stress of an entrepreneur. When you are not able to make your parents happy, your wife or husband happy, or your children's happy, each day you will want to give up your journey, and you want to give up your business and go back to the normal life, which I will never suggest. Once you have taken that, once you have attended this seminar, which means that apart from getting the certificate, you want something to do out of your life. So which means I don't want you to go back to the normal life, the comfortable life, the comfort zone, where 95 or 99% of the people waste their lives there. Being comfortable, you will have a very good lifetime, very good life. I'm not telling that don't go to a job, all of you start a business. If you're happy with what you're doing, if you're content with what you're doing, you'll not be here listening to this. So I understand that all of you want to do something new, and family pressure and peer pressure will come into place. So just hear them, listen to them. It's not like be adamant. Listen to them and explain them what the journey, what you are about to do, and show them results, what you are achieving. Show them. As I told you, the customer does not know until you show it to them. Similar is the case of our family also, family and friends. Until you show them results, they won't trust in you. At least show them 1,000 followers, at least show them 1,000, at least 100 rupees which you have earned from your hustle. They will start trusting you. This is from my experience of joining the entrepreneurship journey. And only persistence leads to the goal. There is no other shortcut in the business world that you can succeed. Only persistence. As I told you, it is a continuous effort of minimum 10 years that you can start seeing the results. All of us see that Amazon Jeff Bezos picture photo where he's sitting in a desktop in a small room, and we compare that with the present situation that he is the richest person. So it took him around 20 odd years to move from that lonely room with a desktop to what Amazon is today. So persistence is only thing which will lead to your goal. This persistence will not come from outside. It should be internally driven. Once you are passionate, or once you have taken that decision, you should not look back into the future. Sorry, into the comfort zone. You are out in the ocean. You should complete your journey in the rough seas. So patience is really key. Patience is very important. You will see your friends, you will see your family members achieving a lot, and you are still stagnant in that position because of that business. It will happen because I'll tell you from my personal experience. I can see many of my friends, many of my family members achieving a lot, doing a lot, getting married, and I have even friends who are sending their school kids to school, right? But in this entrepreneurship journey, you will have to deal with all these things and not compare your journey with their journey. So patience is the key, and it's up to you what you want to achieve in life. You want to achieve the society norms, society. You want to have a checklist what the society wants you to do, and check everything like having a family, buying a house, buying a car, and getting married, and all those things. Or you want to create your own checklist and live your life and express yourself. That's your choice. If you want to take up the entrepreneurship journey, patience is the real key there. So I still after 3 years of 3 plus close to 4 years of entrepreneurship journey, I'm still not able to reach the last drawn salary in my last job. So that's the thing. Even if I had a bigger salary with what I'm getting today, I'm the only thing which keeps me focus is that I'm helping these many students. I'm reaching out to people like you and helping you to realize that you can also achieve. So that is the motivation which keeps me running here. So patience and persistence is the only way to go forward. I'm talking about the journey, and I'll soon go into the how you can prepare. Today, social media is the biggest leveler in the game of business. Anyone can start your own page, your own TikTok, Instagram. Sorry for telling TikTok, anti-Chinese people, forgive me, because we even you watch TikTok today. So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything has been a biggest leveler in the game of business. Anyone can start your own page and start selling your services. So this is the biggest game changer in this present COVID-19 era. So after COVID-19, most of the businesses will depend upon social media interaction, and that's why you can see in the past, if you have been hearing news, you would have heard that Facebook is going to invest in Reliance Jio, and Google is also going to invest. So the reason behind that is Facebook wants control of our mobile usage. The geo users, Facebook will spy on all the data and check to whom which ad will go. So that's the use of social media as far as those companies are concerned. So social media is the biggest game changer for your passion also. You can express yourself. It again, it might be a cookery channel, or it might be your fitness training. It might be your love, passionate to teach, whatever you want to teach or whatever you want to express. Social media is the biggest tool without investing anything you can use today. So my idea is, I can see a lot of people having Instagram profile with private uh, condition or private enable, right? So if you want to if people want private life, I don't understand why they have an Instagram account or a private account. So social media is there to express yourself and help others now. So apart from posting our day-to-day activities or day-to-day life pictures, you all those who want to get into entrepreneurship journey, you have to create your own brand in any one of the platforms. And today the situation is like that. Only one platform won't be enough. You have to have different platforms. You have to be active in different platforms at the same time and create brand awareness or create awareness regarding the service which you want to offer. So social media is the single biggest tool, more important than money, to run a business today. And my business, my personal opinion is that I run my business based upon my social media contacts only. Till now, the reason why we are very small is we depend a lot on social media, and we have not visited any colleges physically. So that's why we are small. But I have survived for more than 3.5 years with a team, just based upon the social media input. So that's how big social media can become. for your business also. And it's never about money. And if you want to if you want to start a business just for the sake of money, I'll guarantee that you will not last longer than 1 or 2 years, unless it's a very profitable business, unless you don't love the business. Money is the byproduct. As I told you, money is a byproduct of the services which you give to your customer. It's never the single biggest thing which you have to aim for when you do a business. When you grow, when you start growing to a point where you become the Google or the Amazon or the Apple, then you can start focusing on generating revenue and creating wealth for yourself. But until then, it's all about creating services where people find value in your product and are ready to exchange money for that, right? So money should never be the biggest thing. So from this slide, I'm going to tell you how you have to prepare yourself for this journey. So till now I've talked about a few companies which how they started, and the journey where you have to be patient, where you have to face family pressure, financial pressure, and all those things. Now I am going to tell you about how you have to prepare yourself, your mindset. Now is the time when you can start scribbling on your notepad or paper, whatever you have, because this is how you have to prepare yourself for this journey. So all of us love competition, and that's where my uh, business idea came from. I did not want, or did not like this competition mindset in schools and in colleges, where everything is a competition, everything is a race. I guess all of you have watched the Three Idiots movie, so that story goes behind here, and the same story stands for business also, because for an example, when you go to Amazon or Flipkart, uh, what is the single biggest reason why you purchase a product? When you look at that, it's not about company, it's not about the brand or the reviews. You purchase products from Amazon or Flipkart because they are cheap, right? So there might be a very good product in that list which we are not able to purchase because the competition will drive you towards only money. So in a very competitive market, the market demand or your customers will drive the cost down. So in Amazon, who wins the market is, who wins the customer is the one who has a very low margin or very low price. Even if it's a 1 rupee less, we will purchase that 1 rupee less only. We want discounts. So that is good for the customer, but that's never good for a entrepreneur, because you will be giving your margins to gain that customer, and that customer might not purchase from you again. He or she might not come to you always, right? So don't start a business with the competition in mind, that someone has the business, I'll compete with their business, and I'll compete with them on price. But what we can do is we can compete on quality, and the quality with which we serve the customer. It might be anything. It might be a restaurant business. It might be a saloon business or a spa business, whatever it is. The competition should not be based upon money or getting customers from the other company. It should be based upon how you add value to the customer. So competition, you will, if you do that, competition will never bother you. It will never bother you that someone is winning customers or someone is launching their own product, until and unless you are very strong in your passion, right? So competition, don't start a business to compete, start a business to add value to the customer. And being the number one should never be an option for you, because in today's age, what is number one today can become number 10 or 100 tomorrow. That's the heavy competition now. But uh, still, again, I used this example yesterday. There are a lot of news channels which we watch today. But when we watch news, we go back to the same channel again and again. We don't want to watch other channels. So that news channel which you watch has given you enough value for your time, that you are willing to spend your time on that particular news channel. So that is so that news channel is not competing on the news which they are giving. They are getting you addicted based upon the value which they give, right? Or with the view which they give, you find valuable for. So competition, don't depend on competition. Give value to your customer, and the customer will stay with you. The idea is that whoever finishes first wins the game. It's a marathon, which never ends. A business, there will be a lot of businesses which start today, like the image which you see there. All of us journey might be different. Someone wants to run 10 kilometers. Someone wants to just experience what the marathon is. Someone wants to just finish that marathon and feel that experience. And of course, someone would want to win the marathon. Similarly, business should. This is the business world today. Each one of us want different experiences from our business. Some might be a side hustle, some might be for money, some might be for expressing yourself where you don't want any money, but you want to keep expressing yourself, like how we do at TikTok, or what the videos which you watch in TikTok. They are marathon. There is no revenue till you reach certain followers. After that, revenue will follow. So a business is not a small journey. It will take your entire lifetime away, and you should be willing to pay the price. Sorry. Please switch off your mic. Right. So the business is a marathon where you need to run as far as you can, and of course results will flow. Right. And I guess all of us want to help, but that help should not disturb anyone, right? It should not be disturbing anyone in any case, right? Like for example, when I guess this would have happened if you walk into a mall, or if you want to walk into some market, people will call you to check out their product, where you tell them the some reason and you walk away from the shop. So this should not happen in today's world, because no one wants to be pushed into buying their product. Everyone wants control over what they choose. Right. So this model is will no longer work until and unless they see the value in what product you offer. They will not even come to your shop or come to your page and watch your content. So you have to help, but you have to make sure that you are helping in a value added way, not just because you want to start a business. You are distracting or disturbing anyone. So there should not be a point in starting a business. And business is all about expressing yourself, your hidden talent, your passion, your pain points which you have experienced, and you want to correct that for the upcoming generation. And if you, and in my case, if you have worked for in an industry for minimum 3 or 4 years, you know where that particular industry lacks. Like for example, a teaching industry. If you are a staff for minimum 5 or 10 years, you know these are the loopholes in the teaching methodologies, teaching the way we teach students. So at that point, you can express yourself, start your own online teaching or physical. It may be any teaching tool, live or online. You can start your own business and start to express yourself. Whatever pain points you faced, you're going to solve that problem. So that is one small idea which I wanted to give. So business is all about expressing yourself, who you are, and what pain points you want to solve for the customer. Customer in the sense, a simple follower who wants to follow your page. That he or she is also a customer for you, right? And please don't compare your journey with the other one, the other players in the market, your friends or family, because comparison is the biggest disadvantage of being following your heart. Because as I told you, I have faced this situation where I was a very, as I told you, I was a very below average student, and I failed in most of my subjects. So I was to compare with the top rank guy, or top rank student, and tell myself that I'm not good enough and I'm not good enough to do things on my own. So that is why I lost maybe the entire education time. All my education I lost because of that inferiority complex. If I had not compared myself to others, I would have been something else or doing something else now. So don't compare yourself, your journey with anyone. This is not only for entrepreneurship, this is for general life also. Don't compare yourself with anyone, because all of us are human beings. We all have our own journeys which we are facing, our own challenges. Each one of us are unique. Uh, what I had, what experience I had, no one else in this world has gone through. What experience you have faced, I would not have gone through. So each one of us are unique in the way of talents, or in the problems which we have faced. And when you step into this journey of entrepreneurship journey, please don't compare yourself, your life, or your steps with your peers, because they'll always be better. Because when you start, it will take around 5 or 10 years to reach, to surpass their level of achievement. But it's worth the price which you can pay, because at that point of time, after 10 years, you will be you would have grown exponentially, where they would be thinking about their retirement there, whereas you would enjoy the fruits of years of hard work at that point of time. So never compare yourself with anyone. So the business aspect, I want to talk about this. Now you can start taking notes, because for a business, today in today's world, in the distracted world, uh, we have multitasking going on in our heads, and even in our mobile phones, we have multiple windows open at any time. When you open a browser, you have multiple browsers open. So in that multiple distracting world, as a brand, I have to capture your attention and make you aware of the product I want to give, and then I want to make you purchase there. So we call that as leads here, LEADS, whatever you see on the screen. So even in that distracted environment, I should pull the leads towards my product. So this I can do. So I guess all of you have signed up for newsletters. All of you have given your email ID before you get into some websites. That is lead generation. You have reached their website, or you have given your email IDs for this webinar. That is my lead now. So you have to create awareness about your product and you reach the customer, the ideal customer, and have their contact information ready. The reason of this is you have to target maybe by mail. Today, calling and email is outdated uh, for most of the time, because most of the buying decisions we take are based upon online advertisements, online reviews. So after generating a lead, I have to create awareness about my product through my social media pages, or through continuous contact with you through social media, and create awareness of my product. So the first point, after you have found out what you love, what you are passionate about, the next step is generating leads. How you're going to generate leads, and social media will help you in generating the required leads. Now in Instagram or TikTok, they use hashtags there. So hashtag is a lead generation mechanism for Instagram or TikTok, because if you give hashtag webinar, all those who are interested in webinar will we can see that your post on that page. So hashtag if you're not able to pay for your ads, hashtag is very important to generate leads. So if you are passionate about something, you have a page or business in place, the next step would be generating leads for your business. The interested customers, they might or might not purchase, but leads are very important for a customer. So when you have leads, so this is how you attract leads. You attract the customer or the client by showing your post, by showing your newsletter, or by showing your YouTube video. They should reach your YouTube video, engage with them, engage in the sense like all of us watch YouTube channel, and they tell you at the beginning and the end that you should subscribe to your channel. You should like their comment, sorry, like their video and comment on their videos. So that is engaging. You have to make the customer, sorry, make the follower or the client engage with you. Ask them questions, make them ask questions about who you are, what you do, all those things. So that is engagement. If a brand or a person is not engaged with the followers, the page or the business will die in today's competitive market, or not competitive market, distracted market. And once the people are engaged, for an example, uh, when you ask any customer, sorry, when you search something in Google, like for example, pen drive, you can see the pen drive ad again and again, showing in wherever you go, in your email or wherever, whichever page you visit, you can see that pen drive ad. So in that case, that pen drive company is trying to attract you and trying to engage with you. And if you see an ad again and again, our mentality is that we'll buy that pen drive, because that's why you searched on Google, right? So you will buy that pen drive from that particular company. So this is an idea of lead generation. Simple example of Google. So how you purchase products today. So that is lead generation. This is very important because this is why you started your business for, to help people, right? So you have to attract the right kind of people and convert them into your clients, so that they can exchange money with you. All right. So this is the lead generation process. You can take notes or take screenshot. That's your wish. So there are a lot of people. You can attract people from via internet. Today, that is the only medium where you can reach out to mass audience in a very quick time. In a single post can reach thousands of viewers in a, if you use hashtags and you post at the right time in social media, right? So you can attract customers when you engage with the customers. So on the right hand side, you can see after the Facebook, you can see small number of people. So they are the interested people in your product. All of us might click at any ad, but only few of us want to purchase the product, right? So those few people are the purchase product. They take those people and make them visit their website or make them call them, and then they are their qualified leads. So once they are ready to purchase, we call them as qualified leads, right? For example, there might be a lot of people who search about pen drives. Again, same example, and most of them want to have pen drives at a very discounted price. They want 1 terabyte pen drive at 10 rupees or 1 rupee at, as some websites say. So the ones who, the small people, the 6 people who are there on the right hand side, actually want to buy the pen drive at that cost, right? Not the 1 rupee or 100 rupee cost, whatever 1000 rupees the 1 terabyte pen drive is. They want to buy that. They actually want to purchase at whatever meaningful cost is, right? Rest everyone was just window shopping or just want some discount price, right? And so if so the 6 people who are interested in your product to buy that 1000 rupees pen drive, you talk with them or you enable them to go to your websites by again retargeting post or sending them newsletters, and they are your qualified leads. So you talk to them and enable them that this is the pen drive, sorry, and tell them that this is the pen drive which you need and you can purchase that pen drive, and we do free shipping and all those things. So this is the lead generation process for a simple pen drive example. This might be the same for your product also. It might be anything. It might be teaching. It might be any classes, tutorials, fitness programs, even agriculture, whatever it is. Like even agriculture can have a lead generation process like this, because if someone wants to eat healthy food, there's a large difference. There are a lot of people who want to eat uh, food and those who want to eat healthy foods, right? So this lead generation system might help them also, right? So whatever service which you give should have a lead generation process, because having only the passion and idea will never get customers to you. This is one flaw which we did as a company when we started. We did not have a proper lead generation system, which we are putting in place because we had this time, we have this 90-day time where we are putting this lead generation system. So once this lead generation system is in place, it's like automation of your getting your leads. So again, it's not enough to have a lead generation system on the Facebook, Google, or YouTube. You have to post content so that people can get converted into qualified leads. So again, you have to keep publishing content, pushing hard, and at expressing yourself in the internet. And of course, this might be this situation of most of you at home. There would be a lot of distractions, but you have to be focused on what you want to achieve out of life. And for an entrepreneur, that doubles up. The distractions would be there from all sides of your environment. It might be a pandemic like this which want to distract, and which might want you to not want to knock you out of business. But you have to stay focused on what you want to achieve out of this life, right? So, and this is the most important thing which I learned from my experience. The green arrow tells you that it's an infinite player, and the orange line tells you that it's a finite player. So there can be, this is the education system again, or whatever, wherever competition is. The finite player is always based upon competition, and they are result oriented, and they compete to be the number one, or they compete to win, right? It's not like you should not aim for winning, but winning in the sense they always want to be number one, which is never possible in today's environment. All of us need to have an infinite mindset where our decisions should be value based. Whatever you want from your business, you should give that particular value to the customer, not because someone else is giving that product you also have to give that product. It becomes meaningless, because if you also offer a product which someone has, the only competition would be some on price. And when you decrease the price, there would be no profit for you, and you when there is no profit, you would be demotivated and you would want to leave the business. So you need to have an infinite mindset where you don't want to win over the other company, but you want to help people. And when you help enough people, uh, you, they will tell, or they will spread your message through word of mouth, and your company will win. So this is one mindset which all of you should have. You should not compare yourself with the journey of other company, right? And this is again which I want you all to take notes. You can spend few minutes also after this webinar to find your niche. Niche is your NICHE, what you see there. Niche is your target audience, whom you want to serve. Right. So this is where the business aspect of your passion comes into place, right? Having a passion, having an interest is different from having a business, right? And this is where you can validate your passion. So this everyone can try it out, because this is very important, and the crucial step, because without knowing this, many kids today are starting their own journey, and they are feeling the burnout, or they give up their journey soon, because they think that they have skills, they jump into the business environment, but they lose interest after a while. So each one of you can try this. The blue color circle is your skill, something which someone has appreciated you for, something you feel that you are good at. For example, uh, I personally feel that I'm very good in presenting. Still, I have to learn. Don't take me wrong. Don't think I'm bragging here. But I think that I'm very good in presenting. So that is my skill. And there is a market demand for teaching, right? And from my teaching experience, I felt that there is no product for RF circuit design to teach electromagnetic fields, right? So that is my competition side. I saw that no one is solving that problem. Not competition in the literally sense, because till now I have been telling you that you should not depend on competition. I mean that there is no existing company which solves that problem in the way which I think people can solve. So there is low competition based upon the value which I can add to the student or the teaching community. So my skills, presentations, and I am actually passionate about RF circuit design also. So my skills and the low competition or no company which helps in that domain. And there is a market demand because that is the reason we have been surviving for the past 3.5 years. If there was no market demand, we would not have crossed even 1 or 2 months as a company, like without any social media, uh, being too much on social media, right? So that is my niche. My niche is combining my presentation and teaching skills with the market demand. There is a market for people uh, who are willing to learn RF circuit design and who are willing to learn about entrepreneurship, like you all. Like, and there's no competition here because the value which I give, I have confidence that no one else can give that value in this particular domain. Like, so my niche is people who want to learn RF and who want to do something in this particular domain, and those who want to express themselves or inspire them others in this area. That is my small niche, very narrow niche. That is the advantage of having choosing your niche. For example, yesterday we had a doubt that participant wanted to start their cookery classes. So cookery is a very broad term, and you boil down to what type of dishes you want to prepare, or you want to tell the world that this is a different dish you have to try. So you have to narrow down to what veg or non-veg or whatever type of cuisine you want to cook. If you go down, narrow down all the options, that's your niche, right? For example, if you want to, if very all of us are uh, good in yoga, or you know what is yoga, because all of us are, because of the latest yoga day, right? So yoga is not everything about doing different asanas. It's about uh, mental alertness, right? And today, if you know yoga and you are able to calm down minds of people, this is what how you boil down to the niche, right? If you are very good in yoga, your skills, and if you are able to calm down minds, or you are very good in counseling, right? That's a very good business idea which can start today, which you can do today, because everyone is undergoing a lot of stress, both financial and social pressure. So if you can calm down minds of people, you will be a very good business today. So your niche is very important as far as business is concerned. So I guess you can scribble this down. What you are good at, how what happens in that domain, what are the companies which are there in that particular domain, or page which is there in that particular domain, how they engage with the customers, and how you can change how they can engage with the customers. So that's everything boils down to how we want to express yourself and help those kind of people. So you can write this down, because this is the single best investment you can do today to start your business. Your passion, your niche are very important for a very successful business. And of course, when you have everything, focus is very important. You have to, when you find your niche now, I found out my niche that only students who are interested in antennas, I help those students only. Now, everyone of us know that IoT, embedded, all those things are much talked about. So I should not divert to those kind of trainings, and also offer embedded training also when I am very good at antennas. For I'll get money, but for a client, that will not be a very good message when I offer different products, different training products, right? Similar is the case for you. If you want to do a cookery channel, if you want to do a yoga channel, you should not offer quotes, or you should not offer some other counseling in that page, right? You should only be particular to that message you want to give out to the world. So focus on your message is very important to run a business in this distracted world. Because once the customer sees that you are offering, you yourself are not focused on one particular product, they'll not purchase from you. They'll never purchase from you. Right? They'll never come back to your page also. That's one thing. Right. So once you are message to help the world, that's when branding that itself becomes a brand for you. Right. So for example, if you like this presentation, you like the images, that is a brand for me. Right. So you can that is my brand. Right. So being clear in my message, that is a brand. So small things which you do becomes your brand. It's not like you have to fake yourself on social media, or you have to fake yourself for your clients. Just be yourself. That's the biggest brand you can develop around you. Right. For example, so this is the Apple logo, the time travel of the Apple logo. So if we had that 1976 logo of Apple today, we will not consider that product, that Apple company, as so valuable. Right. So you have to change with time. You have to change how you operate your business, how you how you see, how you want the world to see your business. But over all these years, only thing which was constant was their need to keep things simple, and they wanted to help artists. So that one message they never diluted, but they changed the appearances, they brought in different products to their company, but the message was same: to help artists and to do great work from their home, from on their hands, like mobile phones or iPads. So that becomes a brand. If you are consistent enough over the years, even if you change logo, even if you change your colors, the message should be consistent over the long period of time. Then only you will create a successful brand out of your business. And of course, building a brand is about creating your own tribe, because today we are all going back to this time where we had tribes. We all follow a particular person on social media, and we hate all other persons. So you are a tribe in that case, right? So we, the world is the social world. The world is divided into different tribes. It may be political, it may be anything, whatever ideology you want to follow. You are a tribe in that case, right? So you have to create a tribe which can follow your message, your idea, and your business. Only if you have a tribe in today's world, your business can survive. It's not very difficult if you have 1,000 followers, or if you have a regular following. That's a very good way to start there. Right. So you have to have a tribe where you can focus. You have to keep that tribe engaged and uh, scaling your business from that point, right? And creating tribe will take you around 5 to 10 years up again. It's not that easy of people to have a fan following. Maybe you can follow the actors. They have that hard work. They are putting those hard work. Then they have the followers. So create your own tribe. And so once you find your niche, and tribe will automatically follow your social media pages, and will start advocating your brand to all of them. So another very big thing which I want to tell you, which you can note down, is a marketing funnel, which we call in sales domain. Right. So this was the old way in which businesses ran. They used to do marketing, and marketing will lead to sales, and you'll have customers. So, but this will not happen today in this socially distracted world. In today's world, we have to create awareness. You have to be in the minds of the customer for them to consider your product. Then they will purchase your product. And again, if they purchase your product, you have to keep their retention to keep them purchasing your next product or your high-end product. That's when you can multiply your profit there, right? So right from the point of creating awareness about your business, from enabling the customer to consider your product and purchase your product, till step 3, everything happens online. Yesterday Microsoft closed all its physical stores, and they are moving their sales department completely online. So till third step, after the COVID-19 this situation, everything will happen online only. Of course, there will be physical stores, no doubt in that, but majority will start, the people will start following online methods of purchase here. So the companies like Big Basket are seeing a very uh, huge increases in their revenue during this lockdown, because everyone is purchasing online, even groceries they are purchasing online. So till third step, your internet presence is very important from after this COVID-19 thing, right? And you have to have the customer retention, keep their focused. Once they have purchased your product, it's not like that you have to forget them, right? All the service messages you receive these days from your car, from your appliances company, SMSs you might receive in these days, that be careful, be safe. All those things are customer retention. Even from banks from whom you have borrowed money, they would have sent you SMSs telling you to be safe, right? So that is the effect of customer retention. And if you are engaged with the customer and your customers are safe with you, they will tell about you to all the other persons. So that is brand advocacy. So that's when your tribe will start building. So this is the biggest challenge. Now you have to think that how you can create awareness for your product. Only starting a social media page won't be enough. Only uploading it as a status won't be helpful. Use proper hashtags, use proper times, engage with the audience in your group, in your closed group, or any social media page or customer you have. Customer in the sense, not only business. If you are looking for a job, you are a business in that time. You have to sell yourself uh, to the company, right? So you have to create an awareness. You have to, if you are looking for a job, go to LinkedIn of your dream company, get in touch with all those companies, HR people of those companies, create awareness that you are a very good candidate, and you can take the recruitment forward there. So anyway, social media is going to be a norm after the COVID-19 process, right? And the biggest advice I would give you is, don't always go for customer satisfaction. Customer will never be satisfied. A good customer will never be satisfied. They would always want more things from you, right? So don't aim for customer satisfaction. You do your work, add value to the customer. The customer will automatically be satisfied and will be hungry for more, to get more products from you. And that is an example of being a very good brand, right? And I'll just skip this because we are running short of time. So this is those who are doing business, or those who have a social media page, or you are doing something regarding your passion. This is for you, right? And those who are thinking about starting your business, you can also see this, right? So on one axis, on the x-axis, you have efforts. On the y-axis, you have returns. So you have there's a good quit point, the bad quit point, and the dip, right? All of us want our business journey to go in that red color line, naive curve, where you put efforts, you get returns, and your growth is linear. But in business, that this does not happen. There is increased revenue, where suddenly you have a good increase in revenue, where you think that things are going good, you are getting more followers, or you are getting more money, but suddenly there will be a drastic decrease in the number of followers, or in the revenue. That is because you are not innovating enough with your products, or not innovating enough with your page, right? So that's where you will see this dip. So if your revenues are good, you can quit at that point. But if you are still putting in efforts, and if you are reaching the rock bottom of your growth, something which I am experiencing now, I am at that the dip, or the bad quit point, because I have given all those efforts, small, whatever, however small it is. I've given those efforts. I should not quit at this point, because if I quit, that would be letting everyone down. Everyone, those who trusted me, I will be letting them down, right? So when you are at the rock bottom, that is a very bad time to quit your business. I guess the tip is where all of us business owners or founders are at now today. But still, you have to keep putting the efforts, and you can see the growth picking up in near future. So this is how the business journey would be. You will see ups and downs, over the entire lifetime, but it's a journey. As I told you, it's a journey that is a reward, and your passion, your interest in helping out people will keep you afloat, right? And you can have mentors, you can follow mentors on social media, or you can read books where you can where having mentors will help you in a lot of ways. They already have seen all the parts, right? That does not mean that they should be of the same domain. They can be of different domain, but have mentors, at least read books or follow some business people over social media, right? And this is the biggest thing. There is no need to invent something new. As Picasso said, good artist copy, great artist steal. Sorry, it's not that I'm telling. Again, I'm not telling you to go and steal all the content and create your own content. It's like you watch all your mentors, or you watch all the different social media pages, see what message they are giving. You create your own message out of that, uh, their messages. So that is stealing. You The message which you see should align with your own brand personality or your own passion. That is stealing. So there is nothing wrong in following someone, getting the summary from their message and creating your own message. That is one thing which you can do very happily today in this social world, right? So just few ideas I have completed with how you have to create your own mindset, starting from just a second, starting from brand personality. So starting from this, and you should not just it's all about expressing yourself, and don't you have to attract leads, attract the potential clients to your sales process to them. Don't get distracted with the focus on your you focus on adding value to the customer, and you're not competing based upon being the number one in the market, right? And this is one thing which you can do today now, after this webinar, and find out what business you are you're going to start today, right? And find niche. So once you do this, you'll have your target audience, whom you want to spread your message to, right? And you should be focused on the message you want to give to them. How small it is will leave the business, and you can move to different cities, different parts of the world, and do business there. Unless you have tribe, you cannot scale your business. There should be a very good funnel for you, where you want to create awareness, where you want to send the clients to purchase your product, how you're going to make customer retention, and how you are telling the world that go and spread this message. Never aim for customer satisfaction, and never quit at when you are giving efforts. Keep putting in the efforts, the results will show up, of course, and you'll have enough returns so that you can make everyone proud of you around you, right? Follow some mentors, I'll be ready to, I'll be happy to help you with mentors to find out mentors uh, for your business. I can help you out. I share my contact, you can get in touch with me, can help you find out mentors. And it's good to that's how we do, in my case, that's how we do research papers. We take a summary from all the papers and create our own research paper. So take idea from everyone, but the final message which you want to give to the world should be a unique, your own, from the heart message, right? And I'm going to tell you few businesses which you can start today, and if you are really interested in that. Online teaching is a very good business. because you have been hearing for me for the past 1.5 hours, right? So people are ready to hear you. If you provide value, they can hear you. 5 minutes, I'll finish. Right. So you can start your own online teaching. Those who are in the teaching field for more than 5 years or 10 years, you are very good. You can be a very good online teacher for your particular subject in whatever domain you want. Right. So you can start with Udemy or Teachable, or even YouTube Live. You can start your teaching business. Right. So you can start a food and beverages business, because food is the only constant thing which we all are running today, right? And even in this lockdown, we have not stopped eating food, right? So food business will never die, until and unless you enable your products to reach the customer. We can have a very good food based business, right? Food and beverages business. And if you are a fitness freak, or if you want to spread the fitness, your fitness idea, fitness is a very big opportunity for you, where you can record your own exercises and teach people how to do exercises. There is one company, CureFit, which the advertisement which you see these days in all across all social media and television. Right? So if you are a fitness freak, or if you are very good in yoga, and you are able to help people with mindset and being calm in even in today's pressure situation, this is a very big business idea for you, right? Fitness or mental mind related business, right? And digital marketing, of course, when everything is moving towards online business, those who do digital marketing, those who help uh, people create brands. If you are very good at sales, you can be a very good digital marketer. All these small ideas, you can start from your home, or you can become a freelancer from just by having a mobile phone. That's your wish, right? So these are small business ideas. If your passion aligns with these uh, business, you can start it today also, right? And if you are very good gaming, all of you would have played this game, or you would have some family member who's playing this game at your home, right? So online gaming is a very big industry which will come out of this COVID-19. All of us all of us will love playing online games to distract ourselves from the pressure. So if you are a game developer, this is a very good idea for you. And of course, when everything is online, there is a huge market for app development. So you can be a very good app developer, both Android and iOS, whatever app. For app developers, again, you can be a freelancer. You can have your own agency at your home. From your laptop, you can run the agency, right? So if you are an app developer, or if you are interested in uh, bringing out new products to the customer through the app which you want to design, so app developing is a very big market for you to start your business, right? And what I'm going to do out of this COVID-19 is I'm writing my own book, where I'm compiling on all my mistakes. In fact, 57 odd mistakes which I have done for the past 3 years during this journey. And I call this book as The Middle Class CEO. Middle Class CEO will be a book which will address to the people who are aspiring enough, because middle class gives you a challenge where we have all the dreams, but some our family values or society values will pull us back to the comfort zone, right? So this book will aim at the people who are from middle class but want to achieve uh, their dreams or their passion. So this is the positive which I'm doing right now, where I'm writing my own book. And actually it was going to be published now, but because this COVID-19, I have just postponed it to next year. And I'm working on this book. So this is one way which I'm innovating my business model, or my way of expressing myself, by writing my own book. Right? This you can do also. If I can do all these things, you can also do. You can do many more things, because uh, people or students or teachers like you are much more talented, like from what I have come from, right? So don't waste your talents, don't waste your passion just by living in the comfort zone. At least start a social media page today and start expressing yourself, right? That is one thing I want to tell. And these are few books which you can read for understanding marketing and sales. This is marketing, the Orange Book, the Infinite Game, the 10x Rule, and a book for death. Don't get me wrong about talking about death, but because death is the common platform which we all share. In the words of Steve Jobs, right? We all share death. We are going to meet there at that point. So till the time we are living on this planet, we need to express ourselves, right? It might be living in a comfort zone or taking that jump, taking that risk, and doing whatever you love, right? So these are few books which I'll recommend you to learn, read today. They are all available on PDF or for purchase, right? And of course, at the end of the day, I want after finding your passion, finding your target audience, and the kind of service you want to give that to that particular audience. I want you to go to this website and register company today. You have to go to udyogaaadhar.com, where you have to give your details like your name, address, PAN card detail, nothing much. Your PAN card details, Aadhaar card, your your bank details, and the type of service which you want to give. You have few lists there. You can choose this type of service, and you can generate this certificate for your particular business, with your name and whatever you're going to do. This is instant. This can happen in 10 minutes. So once you have find out you are passionate enough and you are willing to start your own journey today, and if you are inspired, you will do that for sure. You've found out your target market. Take 5 minutes and going to this website and generate this MSME uh, certificate for you. The reason I am stressing about this is, so MSME, you can get a lot of loans. So if you are not financially strong like me, you can get a lot of loans from government based upon this certificate, this particular certificate. So if you are looking to create your own office space or you want to build your own office space, based upon this certificate only you can get that loan. So do that today and start your journey, which I want all of you to do. I don't know how many of you are attending. I want all of you to do that one particular thing. Right. So the website is udyogaaadhar.com. So once you do all these things, you found out your passion, you understand your customer, you are very much active on 10 years, you will taste success for sure, right? Because there is no substitute for smart work today. I won't tell hard work. I will tell smart work today because you know what you're going to do and what you want to achieve out of your life. That is smart enough, right? So once you do all this, your business will thrive and you will have a very good tribe with you who can push your business forward, right? So if you are not interested in gathering money, it's fine. It's business is not about money. It's about helping people, right? Your business idea might be a simple Instagram page or a YouTube channel. That itself is a business, right? Once you have enough tribe, you have ad revenue getting in, right? So you can do your own job, whatever job you are doing currently doing. You cannot leave your comfort zone, fine. So you can do, you can create an additional income from today with these few steps. If you have found out what you love at the end of this presentation, right? And if you still have any doubts, you can WhatsApp me. Don't call me. You can WhatsApp me at that message, or you can send in your call. If you are introvert like me, you can still contact with me with my email ID. From the email ID, you can contact me or follow me on Facebook or Instagram. On Facebook, I am Jayanand Tulasiraman, and at Instagram, I am Jayandan underscore Tesla. Right. So you can follow me. I can help you in whatever aspect I can help you. Apart from giving money, right? I can help you in all ways how to find out your niche, how to brand yourself. Because again, as I've told you, I have committed a lot of mistakes, and I can own all those mistakes. I can help you out with clearing, avoiding you all those mistakes now. Right. So Right. So you can contact me anytime, with post WhatsApp or email, social media. I can help you. Which I want to share with you is, and this is for those who are ready to go. Right. So if it's man-made, it is meant to be improved. Right. Whatever you see around yourself today, now you can turn around and see yourself apart from your parents or your family. Right. You can improve everything else, and you can make a mark upon those products which you see around you, right, or the services which you see around you. So that's one message I'll give you, and I hope this presentation was helpful. And I can take up a few questions. Just text your questions in the chat so that the coordinator can tell me that questions. Don't switch on your mic. All of you switch on your mic and it will create confusion, right? So text your inquiries in the chat box so that I can hear from the coordinators, right? So that's it, and that's it. That's what I wanted to share with you all. This is a very small journey. Again, I'm telling you that I'm not a very big entrepreneur. I'm not a unicorn owner, but I have made enough mistakes that I can share all that experience with you. Like, I hope this session was useful. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, sir. You're there? Jayanandan, sir?
Ma'am?
Yeah. Shall we go for the question and answer session, sir? There are a few questions posted
Yes,
in the
ma'am. I'm
chat
here.
box.
Yes, please, ma'am.
A question from Uma Bhaskar.
Yes, please, ma'am.
Uh, the competition for
Yes, ma'am.
losers, justify it. And do you provide support for RF circuit design and testing? It is there in the chat box, sir. A question from Uma Bhaskar.
Yeah. So the 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 reason why I told that competition is for loser is from the financial point of view. Because if you start a business just for competing with the other companies, the only way you can compete is with price or decreasing the value of your product, quality of your product. So when you decrease the price, of course, the quality of your product will decrease. It's not like uh, you have a very good product and you can sell it for decrease the price. It will never happen. So once you start competing on price, and competition is only on price, and when you decrease your price, you decrease the quality of your services and product. For example, when people come to us and ask us for free training, that's where something I would leave off at that presentation, because I don't see value in giving anything for free. Right? That's one case. So if you want to compete on the value which you want to give you to your customer. Don't compete on price or being the number one in the market. And of course, yes, we help with customers with testing in RF circuit design. We can test your circuits up to 26 gigahertz in a chamber and an EMC chamber. So you can get back to me in that email ID, ma'am, and I can help you with that testing. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. And there is
Yes,
another question from Sangeeta Kumar.
yes,
How
ma'am.
can sales the product? How can you sell the product without considering the customer satisfaction? But still, this is right. We never satisfy the customer. And she herself has given the answer to it, I think so.
Okay. So the reason I'm telling you this is, so when I go to a seminar, I'll take my example. I go to a seminar, I have 100 students sitting before me, right? And I'm talking about RF circuit design, electromagnetism, and all those things. If I aim to satisfy all the 100 students there, I'll never be successful in my presentation. But my focus or my niche or my target audience is those few people who are sitting in that group who are interested in RF circuit design or antenna design. So that is what I meant by not do not aim for customer satisfaction. So aim for adding value. So when I go to a seminar, I focus on giving the value. Whatever is happening in the industry, I tell everything out to the students. From that presentation, those who are willing to get, those who ask doubts or those who come to me and ask me the doubts, those will be my target audience. Then I can satisfy those 6 or 7 students. That is what I meant by customer satisfaction. Don't aim for the complete customer satisfaction. Yes.
Right. Thank you, sir. I hope Sangeeta Madam, Ajay sir has answered your question. And there is another question from Mumintaj.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, are there any other ways available to create awareness about our products with affordable rate? Because she's about to start a new business. From Mumintaj.
Can ma'am tell what type of business she wants to start? She can come on mic and tell ma'am.
Mumintaj, ma'am, you're there? Just checking it whether she's in the meeting.
Yeah, yes, please, ma'am.
Mumintaj, ma'am, can you please turn on your mic and you can elaborate about your new business to Jay,
We are not
sir?
going to steal your business, ma'am. So you can be open. I'm not interested in food business. I guess she has replied that she wants to get into food business. Ma'am, are you online? Mumintaj, ma'am.
Yeah, I think she has replied in chat box. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
food-based business. Yeah.
So food-based business, I'm not sure what type of food-based business, either cooking or sending out products. Even if it is a pickle business, creating brand awareness today depends upon uh, how you create awareness on social media. Because now, in this particular time when lockdown is in force, the only way you can create awareness is through social media. Uh, uh, what I can think is you cannot run ads on television, but you can always do Instagram post or Facebook or whatever it is about your, even if it's a pickle business, you can create awareness through social media, help, ask your family and friends to share it so that you can reach a large audience and you can create brand awareness for your food business. I'm not sure because what she's asking, so I gave a very elaborate answer.
Okay, so that might help her. Then we'll move on to the next question is from Mr. Suresh Babu.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the customers are not satisfied with the good quality product with high price. Are they looking for only low price, and how to tackle this? I mean, the
Yes.
quality and price compromise. He's asking about.
Yes, ma'am. So that is the whole idea of avoiding competition, because those customers who are looking for price are not actually looking at the quality of the product. Because when you go to Amazon, you are not looking at quality of the product. You are looking at whether it is affordable for your budget or not, right? But there are people who go to who purchase Mercedes. For example, I'm not blaming anyone or pinpointing anyone. There are people who purchase Mercedes or jets for themselves, and that point of purchase decision comes from the quality of the product, right? For example, I bought this my Apple phone just because I wanted to have a product which runs the long life, right? So if price was my buying decision, I would have bought some other maybe Xiaomi phone, or at that point of time we had China phones, right? So from a China phone, I cannot accept quality. So price and quality are completely different aspects in the sales process. You can never bring quality and price together. A very small example would be our street side food and a posh five-star, sorry, not five-star, Sarama Bhavan or any hotel. All right. So if you want good food, you have to go to that particular place and enjoy the food. And if you want healthy food, you have to go there only, right? So quality and price, uh, hold on to one particular aspect in your business. Either give quality or give low price. You cannot go together. That is the answer.
Yeah, right. I hope Suresh Babu sir has got his answer. And next, there is a question from Nitish, which is a good time for starting a business. immediately after completing the studies, or else work for 2 or more years under a company and then start a business? So which one is good? Either
Yes,
after studies or after gaining some work experience? That is his question.
yes. So my suggestion would be at least work for 2 or 3 years in the business you want to start. Suppose it's not required whatever degree you are doing. Suppose if you want to start a textile business, go and work in a textile shop for at least 2 years, because then only you'll understand what is the business of operation, mode of operation there. Unless you go and work in some place, you cannot find out the pain points of that customer. So my suggestion would be work for that particular domain. For example, if you want to go start your own textile company, work in a textile shop for at least 2 years, regardless of what your family says or friends say. That will be my opinion. Work
Okay,
and then
good.
start your business.
Yeah, I hope Nitish sure has got his answer. And there is another question from Venkatesh.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have 10 years of job experience and I wanted to start a business in food industry. So
Great.
kindly address it.
Can sir come on mic, ma'am?
Yes, Venkatesh, sir, you're there? Venkatesh, sir, if you're there, please connect us through audio. Just scrolling it down. Venkatesh.
Venkatesh sir, can you connect with us? Because I want to understand what type of food business you want to get in. Is it agriculture or is it some other thing which you
Yeah,
want to?
I think there is another one as Venkatesh and all same name. I think he has left the meeting, I think.
Okay, fine. I guess you
Fine.
would have heard the answer back.
Sure. We'll move to
So, any
I
other
think.
doubts? I guess we are done.
Okay, yes, sir, we are done.
So,
Sir, I
all of
have.
you, yes, ma'am. So, those who are listening, those 116 or 115 of you who are still listening, write down your passion, write down your goals, and fix a target market. And by the end of the day, please register in, have your own business, and run to a bank to get loans if you want money, right? Or if you have enough money, or if you don't want money, you want to start from your home, create a social media page for that particular business and start your journey today. Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, there is another question from Roshna Salim.
Yes.
I'm planning to start an online spoken English class. Is it good to start up with a big crowd or go for a small group initially?
Yes. So spoken English is a very so Roshna, the spoken English is a very generic term as of today. I would suggest you to go with a small crowd. In spoken English, what you are focusing on, and what particular skill in spoken English you are focusing on, that will be enough for you to pull your crowd to. So focus on small crowd to start with. You can start with TikTok or you can start with YouTube first. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I hope we have done with the question and answer session
Yes, yes, ma'am.
and we'll go with the feedback. Saroja Devi, madam, please mute your mic. Can any one of the participants please share feedback about the webinar? Anyone, please. They can connect us through audio and you can share your feedback. Saroja Devi, madam, you're here for question and answer session, or else you can please mute your mic.
So if you have any queries, you can always get back to us. You can contact me through the organizers or through my social media pages. So I guess that would be helpful, because now it will be confusing if everyone switches on their mic. So we'll just conclude, I guess, ma'am.
Sure, sir, we can conclude it.
Yeah. Thank
And
you
I
for this
have a question.
opportunity, ma'am. Yeah.
Can I? Vanmati ma'am, you're there?
Yeah, ma'am.
Please proceed with vote of thanks, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Respected and our most distinguished chief guest of the day, Mr. T. Jayanandan, founder CEO of Tesla Minds, respected principal Dr. S. Muruganandam of KRCT, our beloved HOD, Mr. S. Said Akbar, our department entrepreneur in charge, Mrs. S. Gayatri, and all our honorable professors and dear participants. I deem it a great honor to propose the vote of thanks to all who have helped us in making this webinar such a resounding success. I would like to propose hearty vote of thanks to our chief guest, Mr. T. Jayanandan, for gracing today's webinar. Thank you, sir, for your very interesting and thought-provoking address. Once again, I thank all for your cordial cooperation. Thank you. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback form. It will be kept open only for 15 minutes after the end of the session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for the opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, thank you for your presentation and your ideas. It has always helped us. Thank you so much for sparing 2 hours of time and so a lot of preparation. You might have done it. Thank you so much once again on behalf of the
Thank you.
management. We'll like to meet you in another webinar soon. Thank you, sir.
Sure, ma'am. We'll do a technical presentation also.
Sure, sir.
Yeah,
We'll move it.
yeah. Okay, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of you who are listening online. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, participants. You might now submit your feedback, and it will be kept open only for 15 minutes. By 1, I will close the link. So kindly fill and submit it as soon as possible. So after submitting your feedback form, please check your mail ID with which you have registered for the webinar. And you can after submission, you can check your mail. You will find your e-certificate. Right? Thank you, and you can leave the meeting now. And we'll close it for. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Vanmati ma'am, shall we close it?
Yeah, ma'am.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.